Well, ladies and gentlemen, Hogwarts Legacy. The big Hogwarts, the funny wizard game. 2. You know what that means, chat? Harassment Campaign 2. The sequel. Back for revenge, if you will. I am very excited. I wasn't able to play the first Hogwarts Legacy when that went down. I wasn't really deep in the drama stuff, right? I wasn't deep into the drama stuff or the politics stuff back then. I was being a good little boy back then, right? I was holding my tongue. But yeah. I saw everything, right? I saw the Silvervale situation, the Pikami situation, that clip of like the boyfriend and girlfriend playing Hogwarts Legacy and the girlfriend breaking down because of all the negative comments in the chat, the website dedicated to tracking streamers that played the game, all that stuff, the Pippa playing the game, all of that stuff. And it is shaping up that we will see the exact same thing for the second game here. So, I am excited. Because this time, I fully intend to buy the game and play it on stream. So, let's see. Let's see what the reactions have been on the Twitters.
Hey, what's up guys, Ruf here. So I want to take some time and start this video off by cordially inviting all of you to the Hogwarts Legacy Harassment Campaign Part 2.
Why, thank you, Rev.
Boogaloo. Now, this announcement's been floating around for a couple of days
I'm
now,
excited.
but people are really starting to get upset about this. And just like its predecessor, the usual suspects that were dubbed Twitter freaks last time are once again virtue signaling about this IP and using it as an opportunity to harass people while also virtue signaling. And they've learned absolutely nothing from the failure of the previous boycott targeting
I know, the game did great. They really did some of the greatest free promotion for that game. It is insane.
We're seeing people from all corners of the internet being as insufferable as possible, including those in the VTubing scene who are using this announcement as a chance to not only virtue signal, but also to shamelessly self-promote themselves in the process. Now, for those who missed out on the previous harassment campaign,
they do that all the time.
A couple years ago, Hogwarts Legacy came out and achieved monumental levels of success. But before it released, in the months prior, people were making all kinds of warnings, saying that if you support this game, you're supporting the IP, which is owned by J.K. Rowling, who they believe is a massive transphobe and is directly harming trans people all across the world. And these warnings and friendly reminders, as this user likes to frame it, quickly turned into violent threats. People...
No, really? Could have never imagined, man. What the hell?
Literally saying that you should be offed or should off yourself.
Not very nice.
Either playing or streaming this game. There was even a point where there was an entire website dedicated to tracking down people streaming this game so you could efficiently perform a hate raid on them to...
Hell yeah, baby! My favorite. Yummy in my tummy.
Harass them. Again, all over playing or streaming a Harry Potter game. Things got so out of hand that even Peekaboo was harassed for considering streaming this game. A VTuber...
This really made me upset. Obviously, I like Pikami and well, I'll say it just because I would argue that's really not that much of a secret, but I really like Kenya, and obviously those are same people. But yeah, I really like Kenya, and the fact that they went after her, it made me very upset because Kenya is wholesome chungus, right? She doesn't do anything wrong, okay? She doesn't hurt a fly. So I fully intend on playing the game purely out of spite that they went after Pikami. Purely out of the fact that they went after Pikami.
Who was considered by many to be one of the most wholesome and likable out there. She was threatened, harassed, and slandered for simply considering streaming this IP, to the point where she would eventually scrap the entire idea, and many people reasonably believe that this process, this harassment she faced, sped up her retirement and her graduation from this related account. Accompanying all this harassment was also gaslighting. Many people claiming that all of the proof we saw, and that's just a small snapshot of the thousands of harassing tweets towards people playing and streaming this game, they try to frame this, users like this, as a manufactured campaign, that it was actually incels going out there and pretending to be trans people and harassing people for playing this game. It was all a giant psyop.
Classic.
Well, that was gaslighting, and while that idea here was totally made up, the sales for this game are very legitimate. Over 40 million copies were sold worldwide in the
40 million
year of this game's release. An astonishing number.
That is insane, chat. So let's just do the math real quick. So I don't remember if they had a deluxe edition for that, but let's just assume that, in general, one copy is about $59.99, right? The $60, right? Let's just round it up to $60, right? Plus tax, right? All that good stuff. So 40 million times 60. Hold on, let me grab the old trusty calculator here, chat, because I can't do mathematics off the dome ski like that. I'm not smart, okay? That's $2,400,000,000, chat. They made stupid money off of this game. $2 billion, right? Assuming that each copy was around $60, right? 40 million copies, $60. That's over $2 billion. Damn. That's more than, your chubby chasers like Concord or Dragon Age the Veilguard or 1348X Votto.
Game like this, that sure, it would have sold maybe a few million copies, but definitely not 40 million without the help of all of these screechers on social media who not only freely promoted this game with their virtue signaling, but also made people buy this game out of spite. And keep in mind, we live in an era where games journalists claim that the boycott against Assassin's Creed Shadows didn't work because they had 3 million players reported, not 3 million units sold, 3 million players, but they don't recognize the failure of the Hogwarts Legacy boycott, which ended up with 40 million units sold. But anyways, very predictably, they are now considering Hogwarts Legacy 2, and it seems like it is in the works.
It was bound to happen. With the success of the first one, it was bound to happen.
This was a logical conclusion. I mean, it's just a cash grab. I mean, why wouldn't they do this? They sold 40 million units. If they even sell a fraction of that, they're going to make a great return on their investment. And, well, did anybody learn anything from the previous failed boycott? Did they learn anything at all?
I don't know. You tell me, Rev.
Of course not.
Darn. Shucks. Shiver me timbers.
Strong with people making threats over this game.
Classic.
Instantly, saying they're going to plant a BOMB in every copy of the game. In fact,
very sane response.
I recognize this user not only because of the hammer and sickle in their username, but I literally talked about them yesterday because they were begging people to not be evil over the use of AI on Twitter. They have learned nothing. These people have learned absolutely nothing. Not only can they not quell their violent urges on social media, the virtue signaling is so pathetically hypocritical and obnoxious. It almost seems like a psyop. We were speaking of a psyop with the previous campaign. Some people actually think.
I don't know, Che. I think the trans activists are paid actors. I think Warner Bros is just paying these people to do this little grift, so they can farm us normal people's outrage, right? They're just trying to farm us, chat.
Some of this is
greatest psyop of
to make people buy the
2026
game because the performative outrage over it is so ridiculous and laughable. It's making people want to buy the game. Here's an example. A great screenshot. This user quotes the announcement saying, "Hi, just to let everyone know that if you buy this game, I'll never associate with you again. And
Tragedy.
even if you pirate it, I'll still think a lot less of you."
Wow.
Not only is this terminally online, this is a first world problem.
I love these problems, man.
You're willing to sacrifice relationships over a video game. And even
Crazy
if someone
work.
pirates it and doesn't even support anyone financially, you're still going to think a lot less of them. That is the most pathetic thing I've ever heard. But then that point is brought up in the replies. This user says, even if you pirate it, in quotes, why? Just performative at that point. It's doing no harm. And the original poster says this. Get this. Because it's still giving it attention, which you shouldn't be doing. Coming from the person who just...
That is beautifully ironic. That is just... I mean, did you not think that one through? Like, how do you... Something is not computing there. I don't know. The math ain't mathing in the brain. We need to we need to reconnect the wires. You need to connect red with red, blue with blue, green with green, yellow with yellow. Something is amiss there. All right.
Shared a message whining about this game in front of 700,000 people.
It's a lot of attention you just brought to this game. Are you trying to trans people, you evil person?
You're doing exactly what you're shaming others for doing. And just like every other brave warrior out there trying to virtue signal, the second they receive any heat and valid criticism for their ridiculous post, they would lock their account and go private. And as you can see, this is a very complicated individual, a 25-year-old puppy girl femboy. She, her, its.
What are we doing here, man? What are we doing? Come on! A puppy girl femboy it's fucking what? Huh? How are you a femboy and a she? What is the fuck is an it? That is I mean, I'm not surprised. Most of the people that are upset about Hogwarts Legacy and J.K. Rowling, like, you got a 99% chance that they're gonna have some crazy shit in the bio.
Here's another set of virtue signaling from an account with a hammer and sickle in their bio.
It's always the hammer and sickle, man. What's going on here?
I'm sorry to notice a theme, ladies and gentlemen. They say there's no way to ethically put money in J.K. Rowling's pockets.
I don't know about that one, buddy. Honestly, I dislike these people so much. I would walk up to J.K. Rowling and just hand her a $100 bill. Like, here, Miss Rowling, I'm not a big fan of you, I've never read Harry Potter a day in my life. I've never played any of the games. I've never watched any of the movies. Never read did I say the books? I never read the books. And I'm also not a big feminist, and I know you're a feminist, Miss Rawling. But you piss off the Transformers. So here you go. Take Mr. Benjamin Franklin. Take good care of him. He needs a good home.
Saying there's no ethical way to purchase this game. And just like many other people talking about that subject, they pay for Twitter Blue, meaning they pay about $10 a month to have this check mark next to their name. And just like all of these...
Isn't that ironic? You're paying Elon Musk $10 a month. You know, the guy that these people are always crashing out about because Elon Musk likes to say that he had a son, but his son was killed by the woke mind virus. You know, that Elon Musk? That's the Elon Musk you're paying $10 a month to? Come on. At what point do we just self-reflect a minute here?
People who like
you're not even consistent to your own beliefs.
How it's impossible when it comes to supporting problematic people. Well, they call Elon Hitler.
My African American rocket boy is Hitler? Nah.
And yet they give him
That's my goat. That's my goat. Come on now.
And they also,
take it easy.
2 years ago, said having a blue check mark next to your name means your opinion should be immediately discarded.
Okay. I'll take that advice. Thank you. Your opinion is disregarded.
In 2 years, they completely switched up. And now they have basically this version of a dunce cap, an internet version of a dunce cap next to their name by their own standard. And they're giving a monthly subscription to a person they believe is Hitler.
My boy Adolf?
Preach to you about no ethical consumption of Hogwarts Legacy. How ironic. Then we have this post that went viral saying nobody cares. With this saying, burn Hogwarts, support trans people. This would get 54,000
I don't really want to do that though. That's the problem.
likes. And the quotes were
I'd rather play Hogwarts
saying,
Legacy, to be
"No one
honest with
likes
you."
Basically, me and my bubble hate it, therefore nobody cares, and the work is a flop. LMAO. Why is this crowd so spoiled? Then this person says, notice how the first instinct is to burn down a school. Yeah, that seems like...
They're you know, I'm a hold my tongue. I'm a hold my tongue, chat, but that pattern recognition, that's all I'm going to say. You got a Transformer supporter, first instinct is to burn down a school? There's something there. In my humblest of opinions. I think there's something there. Some would even say typical.
Like a very weird response to this IP, but anyways, we continue on with another viral post saying, still just this. Trans lives are more important than Harry Potter. And in the replies,
I don't know about that. Some people really like those books.
A trans-identifying person says, yeah, so I'm going to buy this game's deluxe edition because it doesn't actually affect my life. F off. And the original poster says, effing wild, you have the trans flag in your bio. It does affect your life if you're a trans person. She actively puts her money into trying to remove us from public life. Citation needed. But also you can see they're basically invalidating the opinion of another trans-identifying person because, well, they disagree.
Yeah, I mean, the reality of that, especially the online community, they are very much so some giant fucking cannibals. They are some massive cannibals, and they will not hesitate for a moment to tear each other apart. If you dare to break off from the herd and think for yourself.
With them. And that's exactly what we saw in the first Hogwarts Legacy harassment campaign. Here's some examples of
Happens
trans
every time,
people
man.
saying, hey, don't harass people.
It's like that whole thing when the trans community was going after lesbians for not wanting to bang trans women. It's like, aren't you guys the part of the LGBT? Shouldn't you guys be on like the same team or something? Like, what's going on here?
People over this
But
game.
yeah, they're
or
very
this
cannibalistic.
game doesn't harm people in any sort of a way. And they were immediately attacked by the so-called progressive people.
It do be like
being
that.
told they're pick-me's and traitors. And even some of them were basically invalidating their identity, which is very
ironic, by the way.
Ironic given the circumstances. But let's get into the VTubing scene. The VTubing
Yummy.
scene is
I am very excited to talk about VTubers.
one of the most insufferable areas on the internet. The virtue
For real.
signaling and the wokeness is off the charts. And
Dude, I don't know what it is. Like in recent times, I feel like it's amplified. I don't know if I was just never, cause when I first got into like the VTubing scene, I wasn't super big into the drama and stuff like that, right? I mostly just kind of really just kept to myself, right? I didn't really have, I wasn't frequenting Twitter back then, right? I was just like, watching some Gargura streams. Back then Sana was still in Hololive. I really liked Crony, Fauna, and Mume. I wasn't really out here involved in the drama a lot, but I feel like the wokeness, the V-tweeters, like all of that shit has amplified so much, and so many like VTubers that want to talk about like drama and politics on Twitter and stuff like that. They are just they are fucking insufferable, and especially the V-tweeters, man. But yeah, like a lot of these VTubers really don't give a shit. They're just virtue signaling, really. They just want to get brownie points from each other. They don't really care about, the audience, right? Because a lot of the times the audience will push back on them because the VTubing sphere isn't as left skewed as you think it is. I think a lot of the people that watch VTubers tend to be more center to maybe right. And obviously you do have left in there, but I don't think it's nearly as left skewed as people think it is. The biggest dense left leaning population is among VTubers.
And you knew they were going to be there for this entire situation, where this VTuber says, once again, a reminder: trans people are more important than your nostalgia. Now, besides getting absolutely ripped apart in the comments section, this post would go viral, which is interesting, again, because nobody really agrees with it. People are dunking on them. There's no positive reception, and yet they're getting so much support in terms of likes. And almost all of the quotes are dunking on them, but there's one point in particular that I find pretty interesting. This user says, "Where are the detransitioners are more important than your agenda posts? When you watch them suffer through health issues, you care more about taking down a video game than the lives you damaged. Hypocrites." And that's a bit of a side subject here. If you 100%. Want to see animosity, look at the way...
Yeah, the detransitioners get hit with a lot of shit, dude. Especially on Twitter. Detransitioners be catching the most heat from the LGBTQ LMNOP community, man. It is insane.
Social media
they be
detransitioners, people who started
catching everything be going their way,
and given particular reasons, whether it's health, mental, whatever, they eventually say, hey, wait, I don't want to follow through with this, and they start to go back, or at least stop the process. And they get attacked relentlessly for sharing their experience. They are like pariahs. Like, all of the activists on social media absolutely hate these people because it goes against the entire rhetoric they're trying to spread. But at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, who cares what this person has to say? A 1,500 follower VTuber thinking they're going to police an entire medium. And of course, in true fashion, there's the self-promotion. There's always the self-promotion. They get 30,000 likes virtue signaling about this game, and yet
every fucking
they
time,
use it as
dude.
an opportunity to promote themselves in the replies and get 13 likes. It is
Ah,
so futile.
shit!
It's
You get 30,000 likes for virtue signaling, but only 13 on that self-promotion. That is unfortunate. I guess the Transformer grift ain't that good.
it's hilarious. And people claim like this looks so artificial.
Unlucky.
30,000 people really like this when all
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't have any proof, but this is botted, in my humblest of opinions. How do you get 30,000 likes, but most of the replies and quotes are negative, and your self-promo only gets 13 likes? Like, damn.
all of the replies
That's crazy
and quotes are
work.
dunking on them. Yeah, it's kind of like it's hard to deny any claims of botting when the direct reply from the original poster gets 13 likes as opposed to 30,000. And that's 13 likes on 85,000 views, by the way. It has more comments than likes. And they're promoting their Twitch stream, which, by the way, they were live when I was setting all of this up, and they had 12 viewers. So despite all of this attention, all of this
Unfortunate.
focus,
That
it
is
translates
deeply
to 12
unfortunate.
viewers. And I'm not here to like view shame people. Like if you're a smaller streamer or whatever, but like this person's trying to capitalize
Yup.
on their virtue signaling through their Twitch streams. That's what they're promoting.
You know what really gets me? The comfy safe space VTuber promotion tweets. I don't know what else to call them. But you'll see this all the fucking time. Right? We saw it with when Cha Cha was getting canceled, right? You have all of these VTubers that come out of the woodworks to try and cannibalize a extremely small percentage of her audience with the come over to my streams. I'm a safe space. I'm a comfy streamer that doesn't make edgy jokes. Like, okay. How did that go for you?
And this is what they're getting out of it. 12 people. All this for 12 people. This just reinforces that all this virtue signaling does not transfer over into actual
I don't know why they
support
do it, bro.
for your
I'll
content,
be honest.
which is what you're supposed to care about when you're a VTuber. But there's more virtue signaling here. Another VTuber saying, reminder that if I see any mutuals streaming or promoting this in any way, it's on site.
What's on site? What are you gonna do? You're a VTuber. What are you gonna do? I don't. If it's that big of a deal for you, then you need to find some new problems, man. Damn, I wouldn't want to be your mutual. Shit.
Which is a bit cryptic in terms of its phrasing, but let's get the less aggressive version of this. I guess they're saying they'll cut you off from their life if they see you streaming or promoting this. Honestly, why are you even announcing this? Like, if you're going to do this, just do it. You don't need to announce this to the world. Like, this could have been like a DM or something to the people who end up doing this and upsetting you so much. But then again, you look at the accounts doing this stuff and it's just like, bruh. Rev derangement syndrome, calling me a V-tweeter, which, by the way, in case you don't know the phrase, that means
That's
someone
funny.
who only tweets but doesn't make actual content. As if I'm
Ironic when you doesn't Rev. Not only does he post every day, he posts like multiple times a day and streams.
not uploading daily on YouTube and streaming
What the helly?
multiple times a week, but the projection is so real, ladies and gentlemen. Here's another one saying trans people's lives matter more than this stuff. And all I gotta say to this appeal to empathy.
Yeah, chat, I'll be honest. All my empathy is dried up. They've been appealing to our that's their whole strategy. It's been their whole strategy for the longest time, right? The appeal to emotion, appeal to empathy. I ain't got no more empathy left. That ain't gonna work on me no more. I don't give a fuck. To be honest.
You're a hypocrite. Like, you're trying to appeal to people's empathy, and I go to your account, and I kid you not, you can check it, unless they try to get rid of it.
Charlie Kirk.
The very tweet before this was this, mocking the assassination of Charlie Kirk.
How did I know, chat? How did I fucking know? The empathy warriors are mocking a dead man. And they want empathy from me? Come on, man. How are you... See, this is why I say I have no more empathy for these people. This right here. Alright? I ain't got no more to give. How are you gonna be an empathy warrior? You're telling me that the trans lives matter more than Hogwarts Legacy than a video game. Okay. But I guess a man being publicly assassinated by being shot in the neck on camera, that we ain't got no empathy for that. It's Rip Bozo to the guy that was shot in the neck and left behind a widowed wife and orphaned children.
Literally, the next tweet they made after this, making light of this assassination, is an appeal to empathy over a video game. These people are so shallow, it's actually insane. But at the end of the day, this second attempt at a boycott, the second attempt at
it's not gonna work.
Harassment campaign,
I'll tell you what, it's not gonna work.
No purpose but free content. It's free content for people
100%.
like me. And as pointed out here,
100%.
When the real gamers, the normal people, boycott games like Assassin's Creed Shadows, Star Wars Outlaws, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, Concord, etc., those games actually flop. The boycott of the Twitter freaks like Hogwarts Legacy, it ends up sending the game into the highest selling game of the year, into a position like that. And I guarantee it's going to happen.
Yeah, funny how that works, Shant. Funny how that works. When the real gamers boycott something, we see some results. But when the virtue signalers come out, we see very different results. Right? Like we said, 40 million copies. Assuming that each one of those copies was $60, right? About standard price for a AAA game. That's over $2 billion generated there. Very successful. And I don't know if we're going to see the same degree of success for Hogwarts Legacy 2, but I 100% anticipate it to do very, very well once again because of these people.
Again,
thanks to these people propping the game up. Free promotion.
Jumpstart this game. It is going to put so much life into this game that would not have existed otherwise.
I already got this bitch on my wish list.
The constant promotion these people are giving the game by virtue signaling about it. And again, probably millions of copies will be sold out of
100%.
spite. People will buy it out of spite just to get one over on people they don't like on social media who are being annoying about this game.
100%.
That's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like the video, subscribe, turn on notifications, and all that good stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
There you have it, chat. I cannot wait for Hogwarts Legacy 2. It's going to be great. It's going to be a shit show. Free content all around. I am very excited for the V-tweeters, for the crash outs. I 1000% anticipate harassment campaigns, docs, all the whole shebang, right? The whole shebang. I'm expecting to see much of the same stuff that we saw the first time around, so everybody just prepare for that. But 100%, it's gonna be free content. I 100% intend on streaming the game, and it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a phenomenal time. It's gonna be a great time. We're gonna be having a lot of fun with this one.